What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about the new iOS 7 and specifically how it looks like on an iPhone 4S and how it runs on an iPhone 4S as well. And I literally just installed iOS 7 about a half hour ago, and I must say, by the looks of it, iOS 7 makes it look like a brand new device. And I've had this phone now for 2 years, and by installing iOS 7, it truly brings it back to life in a way that it feels like I just unboxed it for the first time. And by looking at the home screen, you can see as I make the transition from one page to the next, it's fairly smooth. There's hardly any lag or delay time, which I'm very happy to see. And one thing I noticed immediately after installing iOS 7 was the background. And as you can see, the still backgrounds have that almost 3D-like effect, which I'm very happy to see on my iPhone 4S, and I'm happy to see that it works beautifully. And later on, I'm going to show how the dynamic backgrounds look like on the iPhone 4S. But for now, as you can see by looking at all the apps, they look different, but yet they are familiar to what we are used to seeing. And because of that, it's easy to use them and to get adjusted to them. So one app that I like the way Apple set up was the Photos app. So if I click on that, I like how the photos are now organized by location and day when you took them, because I myself love taking photos, and sometimes I take so many photos that I lose track of some of them, and I often have trouble finding them. But now on iOS 7, they are much better organized, and I like this new look to it. It just makes it a lot easier to find photos that you've taken. Speaking of photos, I like the new camera app now, and this is what it looks like on the iPhone 4S. Currently, I have it on panoramic mode, and if I put my sunglasses there, we can see what it looks like. And it just looks very nice. It runs fairly smoothly. You go from square to photo to video. Very nice. And if you notice, the way the apps closed and went back to the home screen, they closed fairly quickly. There was no freezing or lag time or delay. I'll try another app. I'll show you YouTube. Opens up very quickly. And a lot of these apps have already been updated to accommodate iOS 7, and they just make the phone now and the apps themselves look beautiful. As you can see with YouTube, it has a much more cleaner look. So now if I close out of here and go back to the home screen, I like the effect that it did when it went back to the home screen, and it did it fairly quickly, and I'm very happy to see that it's running very smoothly on my iPhone 4S. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to show you how the dynamics wallpaper looks like. So you're going to go to settings, and you could see different but yet familiar. So you're going to go to choose wallpaper and dynamic. And these dynamic wallpapers that are already set on the iPhone come in a variety of colors. So I'll just pick this one for now. And right away, you see how it looks like on the lock screen. The lock screen itself looks a lot different, looks a lot cleaner. And let's set it. We'll set it to both. And now we'll go back. And as you can see, the little bubbles or circles are moving in the background, and I just honestly think this is a very cool feature, and it looks beautiful on the iPhone 4S. I'll take you now to the lock screen, and there you have it. You see the circles moving. You slide to unlock like you always do, and it brings you to the home screen very, very quickly. So hardly any lag time, hardly any delay or freezing, and it's great. It honestly turns my old iPhone 4S into a brand new device, and I am truthfully very impressed by it and how it looks. And a lot of the apps here that I have installed run fairly smoothly. As you can see now, the search iPhone is on the top, so we'll exit out of that. You have the notification center. We'll get out of there. We have the control center now. Everything comes up very smoothly, and it just honestly runs great. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy that my iPhone 4S runs as good as it does right now with the new iOS 7 software, and it looks great. It makes the iPhone itself look like a brand new phone, well, my iPhone 4S in particular. And I was honestly debating on getting another iPhone, a more updated version, but at this point, by installing the iOS 7, I'm fairly happy with the way it looks and how it runs, so I plan on holding on to it for a little bit longer. In the meantime, I'm still going to get familiar with iOS 7. There's still a lot that I have to get used to. I'm literally learning as I go right now, and eventually you're going to see a lot more app updates. So now they'll be able to accommodate iOS 7, and you'll see that later on. But for now, I'm just genuinely happy that it runs smoothly on my iPhone 4S. It looks great, and I'm sure that all of you who have an iPhone 4S out there, once you install your iOS 7, you will not be disappointed. You will be very happy in how it looks. So there you have it. iOS 7 running on an iPhone 4S.